Hello everyone, Republic Jim here, out in my barn, but not for a workout this time. It's been a little while since I have had a video on YouTube, not because I haven't done a video, but because a week ago I posted one and promptly had it taken down by YouTube for medical misinformation. That video is still available on my channel on a couple of other platforms that actually respect freedom of speech and don't censor for what the mainstream media doesn't support. I won't mention where those channels are because, I wouldn't want to upset YouTube, and I certainly wouldn't want to expose anybody to what the experts at YouTube consider medical misinformation. But those platforms, one of them is the sound that thunder makes, and then the other one is the name of a classic Greek epic by Homer. But as I said, I'm certainly not encouraging anybody to look on those platforms and get exposed to anything that goes against the accepted narrative that YouTube supports. At any rate, I'm not so much upset that the video got taken down, although it's still pretty irritating, but what really set me off was the manner in which it was handled. Of course, I appealed the decision through their process on YouTube, and I'll insert in here the response that I got from them, which was just a basic form without any sort of other follow-up or recourse for arguing it. So right here is what they had to say. As you can see from this, I was not allowed to really give my side of the story, debate anything. I asked if they would actually explain what it was that they had a problem with in my video, because I stand behind everything that I said as factual, and I can provide data and studies to back up what I said, but they did not give me any idea of exactly what it was they objected to. Their whole side of the appeal was to say that they looked at the video and went, "Yep, we're right," and just dismiss my appeal like that. So there's no sort of process or debate or anything involved. It's just they determine what is allowed and the end of discussion. I have a real problem with that because, like I said, I stand behind what I said, and it just infuriates me when they refuse to allow anybody to actually give a defense. They're just stifling any sort of discussion, anything that goes against what they want to get put out there. And, that's kind of opposed to the whole idea of having a defensible argument. If you don't allow discussion, if you're not open to debate, then you probably don't have the facts on your side. But when they own the platform, they can decide what gets aired and what doesn't, and not much a little channel like mine can do about it. What is just mind-boggling to me is my video had a whopping 2 views when they took it down. That's how quick they were on it. They just said, "Nope, this goes against our community standards," and they take it down, as if I'm somehow going to do a bunch of harm on my tiny channel, where my typical video gets maybe 10 views. And yet people on the other side of the political spectrum, which obviously YouTube supports, they're allowed to spew all sorts of misinformation, and it stays online. You can look up things that the resident has said, or ones like Rachel Mad Cow and some of the other minions like that spouting stuff that has clearly been shown to be complete BS, and yet those videos are still up and have had thousands and thousands of views, and a lot of people have totally bought into it. You know, if they believe some of the things that were said about the effectiveness of certain treatments, it's quite likely that they went and spread virus to other people unknowingly because they believed what they were told by these so-called experts. And, you know, and those videos that have spread all that information are still freely available online. And yet, people that are saying things questioning that narrative and providing actual facts, they get censored right away. Of course, I'm not a doctor or a scientist or anything like that. I've just done research and have come across a lot of studies and public health data to back up what I was saying. But that's completely irrelevant to YouTube. It's not acceptable to say that. So they just shut me down without any recourse there. So again, you know, if anybody sort of accidentally looked on those other platforms and wanted to see what was said and make up their own mind rather than just being told what to think, then, you know, far be it from me to stop that. But it's just the sheer hypocrisy of it is just amazing to me. So I'm not sure how long, if I'm going to continue to do a channel on YouTube just because of how deeply I resent the way that they are treating people and censoring information. So if at some point this channel goes away, those other platforms, I'll still be posting on them. But just not sure about this particular platform because I have a real problem with censorship and not allowing a healthy debate. And then just another topic on that, the whole point of hypocrisy and such is when YouTube says that they want to create a safe space for all. I don't know how many of my viewers are familiar with mukbang videos, but that's something that has just really annoyed me for a long time. I don't even watch the things, but I've seen enough online and seen other videos commenting on it. But for some strange reason, a huge number of people watch these videos where people just do obscene amounts of eating, just gorging themselves on all sorts of crap. And, you know, hundreds of thousands of views. Some of the big channels apparently get more than 1 million views on a video. And, you know, it's just spreading this horrible idea of eating and most likely leading to a lot of eating disorders. And the channels where they're doing that, if they're actually eating the food and not throwing it up again, some of the more popular ones, the people have, over the course of their channel, have put on huge amounts of weight. And I mean, it's just grossly unhealthy, and they're just broadcasting that out to everybody, making millionaires out of these people that are posting it because they're getting so many views. And so they're encouraging that whole thing, and people eating themselves to death basically on YouTube. And, you know, YouTube's making them rich doing that because, by golly, it gets lots of views, it's popular, and so YouTube's making tons of money off of it. But that right there is doing far more harm than anybody who's talking about the current health situation. And yet, you know, you'll never catch YouTube censoring any of those mukbang videos. They encourage that, and you know, just nary a peep from them about that. As long as it makes lots of money, it's all good. They want to be open and accepting of that. But by golly, don't you dare talk about anything that goes against the current public health narrative. So I'm definitely ticked off about this situation. I'm going to continue to share information, probably upload some specific videos about that just on those other platforms and not waste my time posting those ones on YouTube, because of course they would get taken down right away. But anyway, aside from that, I share lots of that data on my MeWe account. I've long since dropped Facebook because they do the same thing with censoring, but I share that information on MeWe. And again, it's sort of an echo chamber. I get a couple of people looking at what I post, and other than that, nobody ever sees it or responds, but I'm going to keep going ahead and saying my piece anyway. I'm not going to be shut up. Even if nobody hears it, I'm going to keep talking. That's just the way I am. So that's about all I have to say on that topic. You know, if this video gets taken down soon, I wouldn't be surprised. But like I said, check out those other channels, and you know, if you're at all interested in following my regular stuff, my workout videos or preparedness stuff for cold adaptation or that sort of thing, if this channel goes away, then you know, I'll still be posting on my alternate channels. So anyway, hope that's been informative to a few people at least, and feel free to comment on it. This has been Republic Jim. I'll talk to you later.